slow trade deadline, but we will talk about that, talk about the direction of the team, talk about the Jets again. Got a lot to talk about. What is up, Dolphin fans? You boys back after a very busy Friday. And of course, it's the day that Chris Greer ends up getting fired. I watched the show, though. You guys killed it. So kudos to you three. But let's real quick shout out our sponsors, starting with Brunt. It's getting cold up in Jersey. And if you're up in the Northeast, you want to grab yourself some cold winter gear, use Brunt. But even if you're down in Florida, you work in construction, you just like nice looking clothes, grab yourself some Brunt. You get $10 off using the promo code HMA. Also, Seat Geek. The Miami Dolphins are playing home against Buffalo.
Gonna be a lot of Bills fans, I'm telling you.
Yeah, if you want to, check out
support your team. Please say it.
You mean don't sell your tickets to the Buffalo Bills fans?
Might as well. Use the promo code FANS, you get $20 off your first SeatGeek order. Go check them out. Fantastic app. Or if maybe this weekend you don't want to go to the Dolphins game and you want to go to a festival or a concert or the museum, use SeatGeek.
Or you could buy the tickets.
If you're Bills Mafia and you want to buy Dolphins tickets, make sure you buy on the Dolphin side so you don't sit and bake in the sun. Okay?
Yeah. 1 o'clock. And
trust
it's November.
Me, you don't want to sit on your side.
It's still hot. And then
if
finally,
you're a Dolphins fan, buy the ticket and sell it to a Bills fan.
There you go. There you go. Get that cash. Check out Sleeper. Fantastic fantasy app. Use the promo code HMA. You get $100 matched up to 100%. I think I said that backwards. $100 matched up to Go check them out. Fantastic app. We use them every Friday talking about the overs and unders, as well as you can see in that bottom left corner. We are available on Spotify and Apple. Go check us out. Give us a 5-star rating. And did you like that? Or you just like faded back in from the background. And if you want to become a member, you hit the join button next to the subscribe button. You get fantastic perks as well as our beautiful faces. You get your name at the end. You can shout out how long you've been a member. We'll answer your questions. So let's jump into this. Dolphins we're going to start with, did the Dolphins make the right
did what?
I'm rusty. I missed the day and I'm rusty. I want to actually start with the fact that they didn't do, I guess, what some thought they were going to do with Bradley Chubb.
Bradley Chubb, yeah. Everybody thought they were going to be.
Yeah, everyone thought Bradley Chubb was going to get moved. They moved Jalen Phillips, got a third, which was nice. It sucks because I know for a fact he's going to kill it with Philly, just like he killed it in 2023 under Vic Fangio.
If he stays
healthy. 6.5 sacks, you don't think that's killing it?
If he stays healthy.
He was off to a great start in 2023 once he got healthy. But are we sure he's going to kill it? Really? Okay.
I think by the end of the season, how many more games do we got left? We're at 9.
Philly's got 9 left. They've had their bye.
8 or 9. I think he'll have, by the end of the season, I think he'll have like 6 to 7 sacks. I think
he's got 3 now. So you're counting on 3 or 4 more in the last 9 games?
Yeah.
Oh, well, he's got 3 in 9 games now. So
no, I'm talking about just with Philly. I think he'll get 6
more sacks with Philly in 9 games.
Well, that's about a $60 million player right there. I'm going with 4 from Philly.
I think he's going to kill it, but they didn't move on.
7.
You going with 7 total or 7 with Philly?
7 with Philly.
7 and 9.
Okay,
that's a lot. That's a lot.
He'll have a total of double digits.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I'm a fan of Jalen Phillips. As I've told you guys, I felt like he was the Dolphins' best defender on this team. While the productivity might not have looked like it, he was the linebacker who could do the most, probably had the best quick twitch, top athleticism. And I think he's going to be perfectly suited with what Philadelphia does. Jalen Carter and those interior defensive linemen are going to push the pocket, and the quarterback's going to be right in the lane Jalen Phillips was usually over pursuing. and
Over.
you don't have to like turn the corner
Just
and
run
come up
into
to get
him.
the quarterback. Yeah, he'll be right there.
Can he bring him down though? Can he bring him down? Oops, too soon. Too soon.
We'll see. We'll see. But like I said, I went back and I looked under Weaver, 27th in sacks last year, the team. Now they're at 22nd this year. Under Vic Fangio, they were 3rd in sacks. So it's like, he knows what he's doing.
3rd in sacks, but hold on. That was a lot of coverage. That was a lot of coverage leading on a lot of the coverage.
But if you look at us this year, is coverage really the problem this year?
It's not
great.
Not a benefit either. There's no strong area of the defense. So, and when you can't stop the run, you can't put yourself in position to pass rush. When you don't put yourself in position to pass rush, you're not going to get turnovers. This has been lectured to me from player to player to player. Like,
it's true. So no Minka, no Chubb, no one else. We trade.
You mean Minka and Chubb are still here?
Yeah, meaning we didn't trade them. No trade for these two gentlemen.
Can I make a point about Minka that I don't think is that nobody's brought up about why maybe you don't trade Minka? Because I understand the pros for trading Minka. Dolphins gave him like a $16 million signing bonus after the trade. They're just going to eat that.
Yeah.
Omar's going like that. By the way,
Omar just gives away money all the time.
Correct, but you pushed back again. Who was it that I made the point that maybe when Dolphins wouldn't make a move because of the signing bonus, and you were like, no, you were like arguing against the fact that the Dolphins would not be. You were saying the Dolphins would not want to eat signing bonus money, but now you're saying that they would with Minka. $16 million they gave him this summer.
Here's what I'm saying.
Go ahead. What are you saying?
Steve Ross is obviously at the point where he's willing to pay $5.5 million or 5 and change just to improve a draft pick around. So
Right.
if he's willing to do that, he'll eat $6, $7, $8 million. And while I do not agree with the practice, I do not agree with the fiscal irresponsibility. Yes, it's not going to cost you cap money wise, but when you don't, well, he's always going to have money. But when you struggle to make offers with big signing bonus money because you're not as liquid as you possibly could be, and obviously I'm talking about Steve Ross, and that's not going to be a reality. But continuing, and then also when teams do these trades on your part, now everybody wants $7 million from you. Pittsburgh gets $7 million. Tennessee gets $7 million. Everybody gets $7 million. Like, come on, man.
Let me piggyback off of that with Stephen Ross, because he's done it. That's Stephen Ross's MO, right? I want to win. So what do I need to do to win? Hey, we need cap space. I will open my checkbook, except for this year, and I will put things into signing bonuses to give us cap space. What is stopping him? Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen or it should, but what's stopping him from doing that with Tua's contract to be able to trade him?
The cap that you're only allowed to do $7 million, by the way.
In signing bonus?
No, in what you pay another
How
team.
much you pay?
No, I'm talking convert Tua's whatever into signing bonuses.
Because that would make it even more burdensome to trade him.
What's the dead cap on the back end?
Dead cap on the back end. Listen. It's the contract is what the contract is, unless you want to swap for Kyler Murray or New Orleans. Yet New Orleans is absolutely just desperate for Tua and in love with Tua, which is a possibility. He's yours. How you know it's not a possibility?
Living in fantasy land.
Who is a left-handed quarterback that was just like Tua at Boise
I ain't
State?
even talking about him.
And where? With the Saints?
At Boise State.
Kellen Moore. That doesn't mean he wants to trade for Tua. Jesus. No.
He was a better version of him.
Is he though? Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, he is actually. Nobody's trading for Tua.
You TD in it right now. You are really.
I'm not arguing with Omar today.
Because
I'm not arguing with Omar today. Everything's Tua's fault.
So let's move off of that, right? Obviously, the Dolphins didn't make more trades, and a lot of people, and I'm seeing it on Twitter. Oh my God, why are they just sitting back and doing nothing? It's not about sitting back and doing nothing. If no one is offering what they want for these players, they're just gonna be like, all right, we'll keep them. They also can trade them when the season's over. Like, guys, you have a period of time before free agency. You could trade these players. It's not like, oh, we're done. We're never going to get draft picks for these players. Let's take a breath and
You
let's
can do it before the draft.
Yeah, exactly. You could. We have Minka under contract. We have Bradley Chubb under contract. Like, we have all of these guys
You don't
under
really
contract.
cut Chubb under contract.
No, he'll be cut. But anyway,
Doug, here's the other factor also. And this is what the Dolphins do. The Dolphins are going to look at their record. Yes, we're 2-7. We got blown out, played like ass, booty cheeks, whatever you want to call it, in 3 games. But there are 3 games there that we easily could have won that we lost. So instead of 2-7, we're really not that far from. Omar,
I know what you're doing. I hear it. I understand it.
Tell me where I'm wrong.
It's not. You're not wrong.
Okay, the Dolphins are going to be
like 5 and
correct.
Whatever.
We're that close to being 5 and 6. Do we really need to blow the whole thing up? Let's see what we can produce with this current squad, and maybe those games that were close losses early in the year will be close wins later on in the year, and we make a little run in terms of having a better record down the stretch, and then we don't have to blow it all up. Tweaks here and there in the offseason, and boom, we can compete again next year. I'm just saying this is a school of thought that I wouldn't put past the Dolphins.
Let me ask you guys, Alan and Omar. I just really quickly want a quick update if you have one on Chop, being that Phillips is not with the team. Is he in concussion protocol?
He is in concussion protocol, but he has a chance to come out of it this week because of the extra Thursday night game. Now, Mike McDaniel has never played a player a week after he suffered a concussion. So
is that because of Tua? Be honest.
No, that's just Mike's ultra cautious when it comes to injuries.
But that's like you mentioned, though, Omar. That's 10 days. It's technically a little more than a week. We'll know more. We'll know more on Wednesday if he's not practicing. I think then maybe,
because that's what I'm really interested to see, him getting more snaps without Phillips here. Can he start to get in a groove? And it's going to be interesting.
Hold on. When you say that, and I hear what you're saying, because we're all totally invested in the young players and letting them play and get better and do their thing. Who's going to drop back in coverage? And also, who's going to set the edge when Chop's on the field?
He's going to have to.
Okay.
Hey, man, we lose, it's a win-win. You beat Buffalo? Woo, we beat Buffalo. You lose to Buffalo? Closer to getting a better pick. So at this point...
you know what the Jets are doing.
We'll talk about that.
And they're doing it right.
I got a cold, hard fact.
For selling all your best players except for one?
Are they
a cold, hard fact. Let's go to that. We'll switch it. Let's go to the Jets right now since it's brought up, right? Jets traded 3 players. They traded Carter to Philly. They traded Quinnen to Dallas, and they traded Sauce to Indy. Now they have 3 first-round picks in the next 2 drafts. And people are already out here, talking about, oh, look what the Jets are doing. Oh, they're doing some fantastic things. And, people have I've seen people saying you got the Buffalo Bills that are the juggernauts. You got the Patriots who are now doing really well. And you have the Jets who are now stacked with draft picks. Do we forget that they are the New York Jets? Like, do we forget that they've done this before and they're now doing it again? Like,
and their starting quarterback is now they've got a starting quarterback with the Raiders, a starting quarterback with the Seahawks. Any other starting quarterbacks for the Jets that are out there?
Dolphins. Now we got one with the Dolphins.
No, that ain't.
Those are all, by the way, 3 top 5 picks at quarterback, like in their past 15 years, whatever. Mark Sanchez, Zach Wilson, Sam Darnold. Not exactly a brilliant track record, although Darnold right this year is
and I don't mean to crap on the Jets, because if you're a Jets fan, this is 100%, because I live here and I got to hear it on 101.9. Them all like, oh, it's the Jets. They're gonna do. You had Aaron Rodgers. When they got Aaron Rodgers, it was, oh, we got Aaron Rodgers. Look what we're gonna do. Nothing. Oh, we got Aaron Glenn and Justin Fields. Look what we're gonna do. Yeah, nothing. It's nothing. Now, if this was the Patriots doing it, maybe I'd be a little worried, or Buffalo doing it, maybe I'd be, but it's the Jets. So
You know what I find interesting, and I was never really a Drake May believer like this guy here. See,
You should have
but
been.
You should
But
have
I
been.
do-
Exactly. By the way, yeah, welcome to the club.
nah, still not.
Oh, please.
Come on,
Lamar.
Drake. Let me.
Please.
I need to see more. Okay.
Okay.
I'm with you. I'm with
Win
you.
the MVP. Is that what you
I'm
need?
with you.
But I'm a Mike Vrabel believer.
Mhm.
Yes, yes.
I'm a believer in their front office, which features Alonzo Highsmith as their number 2.
Mm.
They have a good front office, a good head coach, a young developmental quarterback, and now sit at the top of the AFC East. What the hell did they do right that the Dolphins have done wrong?
Drake May, Mike Vrabel.
Don't make me walk off.
So
I'm just asking a question here.
So
Like,
There's your answer. Drake May,
I
Mike
want the
Vrabel.
answer.
Drake May, Mike Vrabel.
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you guys a question. I'm probably gonna get some flack for it, and I'm fully expecting the brunt of Alan and TD coming after me for saying this. It normally happens. Oh God, with the eye roll. I'm waiting for it. What is the difference between the 2023 Miami Dolphins and the 2025 New England Patriots?
A healthy quarterback who knows how to improvise and extend plays and maximize his team with less
Minus
talent.
the quarterback. Minus the
With
quarterback.
less talent. Less
Look at the
talent
schedules.
around. Less
Who
talent.
have the Patriots beaten?
Buffalo Bills
Less
at
talent.
Buffalo.
Buffalo
The
Bills.
last time Dolphins did that.
Okay, so they beat one winning team.
One more than the
Which the
Dolphins.
Dolphins never could do. Which the Dolphins
2023,
never
they beat the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh
At-
my
at home,
gosh.
the Dallas
Yeah,
Cowboys.
you're right. You got
You're
me,
gonna hang
Doug.
your hat
Oh
on
my
that
God.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. They're the
How did they-
2023 Miami Dolphins. The
how did they
Falcons,
beat
the
'em?
Browns, the Titans, the Saints, the Raiders.
How did they beat them, Doug? How did they beat the
They're
Buffalo
bad.
Bills?
But here's the thing. You guys want to come on here and when the Dolphins do it, say they're bad teams. This is
No.
this and that.
Doug, you're trying to say one team versus another. Are you going to sit here and tell me New England's roster is as good as the Dolphins roster was that year? No, sir.
New England?
No, sir.
Absolutely
Not even close.
Not
Not
even
even
close.
close. So
I'm just
Drake
saying,
May does more with less. That's
Why's
why.
it got to be Drake May? What
Because
about
it is him. Because he's been carrying two.
And Drake
He's
May.
been carrying two.
And
Huh?
Doug, here's the difference. It's the first year under the partnership of Vrabel and Drake May, whereas the Dolphins in 2023, it was the second year with the partnership of McDaniel and Tua, where the pattern already had been established that they couldn't hang with the big boys.
All I'm saying is I'm not here to hate on the Patriots, and I've said this when I've made my picks every Wednesday. You play who's in front of you, right? And
Yeah.
they're doing that,
Yeah.
and they're taking care of business.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
But I'm not sitting here buying into it yet. Now, I could change my tune. They win a playoff game, all of a sudden I'm like, all right, yeah, totally. But just like Omar said, let's pump the brakes a little bit. That's all I'm saying.
Or as far as what? They're
Are you-
Let's see how they perform in November, December.
Sure.
I mean, it's early.
Sure.
That's all I'm saying.
Dolphins
It's always fair.
go win 7 games. We don't know. I mean, it's not likely, but
we
it could
do.
happen.
I hope not. don't waste my time now.
Dolphins could win 7 games. Is that what you're saying? Dolphins could win 7 games? Absolutely. New Orleans, the Jets. What's the other crappy team they got? Washington
lose,
minus
Lou.
Jaden
They're
Daniels.
gonna. I was about to say that to you. They're gonna lose to the Jets.
Well, the Jets. Gotta lose. to the Jets.
Cincinnati, if Burrow's not back, you can't play.
Man, Alan, we don't have hope no more.
I
We are
don't know.
done
I don't
beating
know if
us
they get
down,
to 7
man.
now.
Dude, I'm not talking about like hope to go anywhere. But Omar mentioned
7
wins, and I'm like,
5 out of
I see
8.
7.
We'll see.
I don't know if I see
Speaking
5
of
out of 8.
the Bills, we play the Bills. We'll go more in depth with the Bills on Friday, but playing the Bills at home, 1:00. You know, Bills the measuring stick. Let me ask you a better question.
yes.
Do they have well? That's what the topic says. Bills game serves as a measuring stick for what? Do they have a chance
For
against
where
Buffalo?
they are as a team? Have they quit on Mike McDaniel?
Yeah.
Is Tua and this offensive line just hot garbage?
Yeah.
Stop. Oh, Doug, not you.
Not you, Doug. Not you.
That's you, Doug.
Not
You're
you.
so negative, man.
When
gotta
you
stop
have when
this,
you
man.
have 3 games in the first half of the season where you get blown out, there's your answer, man. And one of them's against Cleveland.
Yeah, but you know what? They beat
Mm.
themselves up in most of those
That's
games.
the problem. They suck.
Yeah, it is.
Kind of a bad thing, kind of, sort of.
Like, in my honest
I mean,
opinion,
the Colts smacked them. The Colts absolutely
smacked them right, and so did Cleveland. Like, it was just like,
Come on, Cleveland didn't smack them. They just kept turning the ball over.
Yeah.
Cleveland had like one good play.
do
And
you think the Ravens stopped playing in the fourth quarter because they felt bad for the Dolphins?
Because they felt bad? Sure. I'm sure that
No. They didn't stop playing. Lamar actually wanted more touchdowns, but when he didn't get it by that 7-minute mark and Harbaugh was like, no more, that's when he was frustrated. You can see it on camera. He was like, man, I wanted one more. You could tell.
His
But they
family was
dialed
there.
it down. Yeah, they dialed it down in the fourth.
well, irrelevant anyway.
yeah,
Yeah, Doug, it doesn't matter if we have a chance versus Buffalo. I'm with you, Doug. I mean, I would actually be disappointed if we won this game. What's the purpose? Like, can we at least maximize my future with a better draft pick?
Hold on. I will say this, and I wrote a column about this last week. The one thing I've learned from Tank from Tua, which I was a board chairman of.
You were the conductor. Forget you were.
I said I was a chairman. Damn.
Don't worry, Alan. They'll be calling him to Congress soon.
Is just like winning is something a habit. You make it a habit. It's a culture. Losing is also a culture, and that losing mentality, it lingers.
You know what I learned from that? Be careful what you wish for.
But we'll talk more about Buffalo on Friday, and we'll talk about how close it could be. But what now? What now? What happens now? We have one more game, and then we have the bye, and then we have the Saints and the Jets, which to me, those 2 games are the measuring stick. To me, it's like, do you want that first overall pick? Because you lose those 2 games, you get the first, and then a lot of people look at the Commanders game and being like, oh, Jaden Daniels is out. Dolphins probably going to pull that one off. Don't count off Marcus Mariota. He played well in the games that Jaden wasn't there.
Didn't Marcus Mariota play Dolphins recently?
No. In fact, I looked it up. The last time Marcus Mariota played against the Dolphins was, Omar, you should remember this game because it never ended. It was a 2018 season opener, the 2 lightning delays.
Yeah, I remember that.
Tennessee. The Tennessee.
I streamed 10 hours that day.
I went home from the bar.
An hour and a half delay. Now here comes another an hour and a half delay. Oh man, that was bad. That's the last time he played them.
Yeah, Marcus Mariota against the Raiders. So again, do the Raiders have a better defense than Miami? Is what you got to ask yourself. 15 for 21, 207 yards and a touchdown. They won 41-24 against the Raiders. So I don't think Mariota starting for the Commanders is really an instant win for Miami.
Here's a question I would ask you guys. If the Dolphins lose both, or even actually maybe even one of those against the Saints and the Jets, is that the final blow for Mike McDaniel being back in 2026, which I absolutely think is on the table?
100%. I've said that if they go into the Steelers game and they won like one more game going into the Steelers game, so they're a 3-win team, I think he gets fired because the Steelers game's a Monday night game. I think he gets fired after the Jets game if they beat the Jets, right? And they're a 3-win team. I think he gets fired, and I think you might even see, and I know we talked about this before, you might see Tua get benched and might see Ewers in there for the last 4 games. Because at that point, what do you have at 3 wins? You got to see something.
Sure. I mean, he's not getting fired in season, though. But
you don't think so?
No. But I think that would preclude him coming back in 2026, which right now I absolutely do think is on the table.
If they do that again, I'll be so mad.
There's absolutely no chance that Mike McDaniel will be back as Dolphins head coach.
Okay. You heard it first.
Listen,
I said it for Greer.
We are at rock bottom in regards to Steve Ross's biggest fear, which is apathy. this fan base. You don't know how many season ticket holders. People have had their season tickets for 25, 20 years. This fan base is done.
Then why wouldn't he have cut ties right now?
Because you're organically tanking. And
value continuity.
yeah,
Omar, you could have tanked much easier by making the switch, going with an interim head coach.
yeah, but when you already been pow by the league for tanking, like, we really know that's what.
No, but you're not. But here's the thing. Again, hear me out. You make the coaching change. Champ Kelly interim GM. Champ, get me some draft capital for next season. And boys, go out there, try to win as many games as you can with the roster that's left. Good luck with that. Again, if your premise of it can't get any lower and he doesn't want the apathy, to me, that would have time to do it. And we should revisit. Somebody bookmark this. Omar says no in hell Mike McDaniel's back in 2026. And I'm saying do not discount the possibility at all.
I think it's like a 20% chance that he's back. I don't think it's very high. And I think that if they did make the move, I think that would put a little spark that would probably win more games than Stephen Ross wants to, especially if it's Weaver.
I'm with Omar on this. If you don't make it to 8 games, you're done. If you don't make it to 8 games, I think that's it.
I don't think 8 wins you're talking about.
Omar, by the way, Omar just said he said categorically no matter what.
Yeah.
No, done.
Short of a playoff.
You can't sell this team. You can't sell this team to anybody. So returning Mike McDaniel, you can't sell it to free agents.
Mm-hmm.
You can't sell it to coaching staff. You can't sell it to hell. You're going to turn off GMs.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to turn off your season ticket holders. You're going to turn off your single ticket sales. Can't do it.
Here's why there is a possibility, though, Omar. It's the fact that we are so unsellable that you got to go past. You got to go past that. We're also maybe unsellable for the coach that we may want. And there's other things, like you said, talent, unsellable. So wouldn't you want to ride out the purging period with McDaniel? One more year, maybe ride it out while you're getting rid of contracts.
But then it's the same.
Mike, hold on. Mike is probably going to lose his team's attention, focus, commitment, dedication. I got it like 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Like
you know what? Let me say this, Omar. In my opinion, Mike already lost the team, but lucky him, you got guys playing for contracts. And there ain't many guys on this roster that has future guarantees. So they're auditioning for their next team too. You got a lot of guys. I mean, some quality guys too.
Right.
Brooks and it's Brewer, Daniels, maybe even Austin Jackson could be on the move in the offseason. There are too many guys, and I always say this: it's hard to tell if you really have the team when you have a roster full of desperate players, because you can mistake the desperation or the hunger to want the next contract with, he still has his team. I think when that whole Tua thing happened and McDaniel started getting all feisty, this team is like, man, let me just go out here and be the best version of me that I can be. I think it's a lot of me now, like individuals trying to worry about themselves.
Yep.
You talked about Chubb earlier also. Dolphins more than likely going to move on from him because his cap number is too high. But so you don't think he wants to put good film out there to get a decent contract from somebody else?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I just don't know if it's really a McDaniels thing anymore for them.
No, correct. It's a good point you make there.
But you can't to piggyback off of what Omar said. If you keep him, you're doing essentially what you did with McDaniel. You have to work with Tua, you have to work with the DC, you have to work with the special teams. No one wanted that job. That's why McDaniel became our head coach. So if you want to go out,
I don't know about that. I think people wanted the job. They weren't willing to pay the high-end salaries unless they got Sean Payton. They were so far in the backdoor channels trying to court Sean Payton that they let everybody else get hired. They had interest in Quinn. They had interest in Dable. They just really just
They did interview April.
yeah. They interviewed Quinn too, I believe. I think they did.
No, I think Quinn said no. I remember one of them said no, that they didn't want to go through the
April did
interview.
interview that I remember.
Yeah, it's a matter of
Yeah, and Quinn pulled out.
Quinn pulled out. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Something with Jerry.
He, is the job attractive or not? And I honestly don't even know that, to be honest with you, because one, you could go get an executive, let's say John Dorsey or
Louis Riddick. Oh, sorry.
yeah, I mean, I'm talking about an established
A
GM.
running joke, Omar. I'm playing.
I love Louis Riddick, so don't.
Since when?
Yeah, I love Louis Riddick. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would have no concerns whatsoever about this franchise if Louis Riddick was put in charge.
That was the joke, Omar. No, you love it.
Yeah. Okay, but let's say they go hire John Dorsey or what's Tampa Bay's coach again? Former coach Bruce Arians.
Bruce Arians.
Because I really like Bruce, and I really think Bruce can.
Ray Agnew.
Yeah. Okay. Or Ray Agnew. Those guys will come with a staff. People will want to work for them. People will want to team up with them. The question is, how successful would they be in the long run? And truthfully speaking, I don't know, because I don't know what you're forcing on them. Obviously, you're probably going to force two on whoever comes here because that's just the situation. You have him. He's not horrible. You got him for one more year, and you'll figure out what you do after that. But you're probably going to draft a quarterback and then maybe Joe Flacco him, like, Lamar Jackson, if you're lucky, but or Jalen Hurts him, or I mean, sorry, what's that quarter? Carson Wentz him. At this point, who cares? Like, who cares as long as the problem is fixed.
So I got a question for you. Say you have a GM, say the best GM candidates out there, but they don't want Tua. As an owner, would you do whatever it takes or whatever that GM wants to get rid of Tua?
Certain owners would, like Jacksonville did whatever their head coach wanted. And he turned them down and he said, what is that?
You can't get rid of him. He costs you more on the cap if he's off the roster than if he's on. And you
can do whatever you want in the NFL. You can do whatever you want.
Trade it. But that makes business sense to dump him, and then his cap number is higher than if you just keep him. Even if you want to make him a backup like Kirk Cousins,
they could sign a team with 10 undrafted rookies and put it on the field for one season. You can do whatever you want.
So, Alan, your whole thing is that
you want. You act like we're not down the pipeline of playing rookies and letting them learn the hard way already. Like,
now you're talking.
So, Alan, your whole thing is the reason you can't move off of Tua is because no one will trade for him in that contract. That's your thought process.
The combination of the contract and the fact that
somebody traded for Josh Rosen.
Look who did it.
Josh Rosen was a year out. Like a verdict wasn't in on him. People know around the league what Tua is as a quarterback, his faults and his strengths and all that. Okay,
he's better than Josh Rosen. Somebody still traded Josh Rosen.
He's got nasty contract, injury history, and then the fact that the production has not been good, and you have to have everything around him.
So, how much of that contract would transfer with Tua versus the dead cap that we take? That's what I'm always interested in. Because you trade him before June 1st, it's a $45 million dead cap. And then you trade him after June 1st, it's a 13 this year.
You have to trade him before June 1st if you're going to trade him, because nobody's going to wait for him till June.
How much of that contract goes with him and how much stays with us with that $45 million dead cap?
I don't know. I haven't looked into
it because
it's
insanely complicated.
I don't do fantasy talk, fantasy land, because it ain't gonna happen.
Thank you. They're not trading him. I know he's got a $39 million guaranteed base salary, so that immediately goes over to the next team, and he's got an option bonus. That part I'm a little hazy on. It's massively complicated, so it's at the very least $40 million.
Yeah.
We'll see. And that's where my question came in. That is, if you have a GM that comes in that wants to move him as an owner, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out how we can trade Tua. That's all I'm trying to do.
It's 40 million. Yeah.
It's time. I said the same thing about Tannehill at that point, and I'm saying the same thing about Tua now. It's time to move off of Tua. It just is. It is what it is. Should have never gave him the contract.
Doug, let me point out, I don't know if you guys were aware of what before the trade deadline, ESPN did a thing where everybody was proposing one ideal trade for each team. And the guy who did it for the Las Vegas Raiders, his proposal, ideal trade for the Raiders, was to acquire Tua for like a 4th round pick, whatever, or a 6th round pick, I think it was. And then also the Dolphins give Las Vegas 2 second round picks to absorb the contract. Does that sound good to you?
I would do 2/3.
You would give 2/3 to dump Tua on the Raiders?
A third in 2026 and a third in 2027?
Didn't they just re-up Geno Smith? I think they did.
I don't know.
But that ain't working. That ain't working.
If you're rebuilding, why are you giving away draft picks?
Who, Dolphins?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
They could ride it out for one season or 2.
Yeah.
Listen, I've already come to the realization that Tua Tagovailoa is a Miami Dolphin next season. Okay, it's just the reality. And guess what? Just start building. He's a bridge quarterback right now for the Miami.
What if
Dolphins.
he demands a trade?
It's just not financially feasible. Even though I would have said the same thing about Jalen Ramsey, but they found a way to make it work.
Sorry, Tua can't be done.
Yeah, I mean, you signed the contract. You know how difficult the contract is right now, and you're certainly not going to restructure your contract to facilitate a trade. Now, if you want to restructure your contract to facilitate a trade, let's figure it out. But I highly doubt he's going to do that. Somebody did that too. Colin Kaepernick did that, and Deshaun Watson did that. Why? I have no damn idea why either of them did that. And
when did Deshaun Watson do that?
I know.
You mean in Cleveland?
Yeah, last year.
Oh, yeah. Because he's still getting his money, though. It's a fully guaranteed.
I don't know about that.
He can do whatever y'all need to do. No, he getting all his money overall.
His money's fully guaranteed. Why would he do that?
Yeah, I know what you're saying on restructure.
Let me look it up.
They just added some void years.
Gonna be interesting. We have 1,142 people in here, so be sure to hit that like button. We're very close to 10K. We're at 9,250 something. I don't have the exact number here. Sure to hit the subscribe button if you're new. Hit the like button. Let's get to these donations. Let's see what the people want to talk about. Start off with Ian with a $10 donation. Said, could it possibly be more Dolphins than firing the GM, but forcing the next GM to keep the coach so we don't get a good GM? Yeah, pretty much. Another half measure like firing Flores and not firing Greer. This is a flat circle. Yeah, 1,000%. And that's why you can't do that. You have to just clear it out, man.
Is a flat circle a real term?
It is now.
RJ with the tenor said, would it be wise to keep McDaniel on tour next year to take our lumps with another lost season to get out of cap hell to make the job more attractive for a new GM/coach in 2027 starting fresh? So you would keep Kelly, I'm assuming, in that situation, Kelly and McDaniel. But then Kelly, why? Kelly's a lame duck at that point.
Unless, Doug, the mandate is you got 1 year, 2026. Show me what the three of you got. If it's good enough, we'll move on. If not, then I'm blowing it all up and starting completely from scratch.
He cannot sell any of that.
Do you think what's happened over the last few days with only Greer gone and no trades at the trade deadline really is selling a whole lot?
You got one trade at the trade deadline. You traded your top defender.
Correct.
Talking about no trade.
Not the top defender, but we can argue
the top defender.
Right. Performance this season, it's Jordan Brooks. Come on.
Okay. Who you think a team is going to put out a 3rd round pick for Jordan Brooks? Just answer the question. Yes or no?
because edge defenders are more valuable than inside
Okay.
linebackers.
So
Yeah.
again, the top defender.
Zach Sealer. Not that he's performed like it's so far this season.
You think a team's going to give a
not
third round
giving
pick for
you
Zach Sealer?
I'm not giving you Jalen Phillips. Sorry.
No B with the fiver says Champ should have got Jerry Jones drunk and put the Dolphins roster in front of him.
Who said he didn't?
I was waiting. I was waiting for.
Oh,
him to do
yeah.
something.
But Jerry pulled off some better trades. I mean, I'm sure the Dolphins were, like Jerry said yesterday, I got 2 trades done.
Yep.
And literally, he ain't had no trades done. He was just like, I'm going to make 2, at least 2. He's like, I got the Dolphins trades in my back pocket. But I can pull them out.
If I don't get anything better, I'll make the Dolphin trade.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, listen, he got some pretty good trades.
We were the backup.
This is funny.
If he didn't get the linebacker and Quinton Williams, he was going to get Minka and Chubb. Watch. That's probably what would have happened.
Although somebody made the point, 31st ranked defense in the NFL makes a trade with the 32nd ranked defense in the NFL for a linebacker who got benched.
Together, they might be the 25th defense in the
There
NFL.
you go.
With the $2 donation said, at least they didn't trade Eichenberg. Whew.
Hey, man, Eichenberg
That's
not coming back this season, and I told y'all going to miss him. See, I told you you're going to miss him.
Yeah.
No B with the fiver says, it's sad the Jets had more assets to offload than the Dolphins did. Kind of an indictment of Greer's time here.
They had more high-end assets. I don't know.
They paid too. That when they signed both of those deals, Quentin Williams, I actually liked his contract, but
That dude's a player too. I like him.
Sauce Gardner,
Mhm.
like, Sauce hadn't been good in like 2 years.
I call him Grabby Magoo. Finally getting called for it, and now he blames that he's on a bad team that he's getting called for it finally.
Yeah.
You were always grabbing. You were always on a bad team. There's no difference. Flamingo Boot with the tenor says, suck for who? For me, it's too early to dictate who is the best in the draft. But if you want a quarterback, the hot name right now is Mendoza.
It's the hot name, but I'm told by people who actually know the position that they want Sellers. Sellers has the most upside. Not to say that I agree, but they're like, put him on a better team, put him on the Hurricanes, he'd be killing it. I don't necessarily agree. There's the Alabama quarterback. I actually like him.
No Alabama quarterbacks allowed.
He doesn't want to bring the fan base over again.
Yeah, right. Man, if that, yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
Is Sellers this year's Lamar Jackson?
Or is it going to be Anthony Richardson?
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's like you got that slippery slope, man. Stephen Ross might want Sellers, and he might.
Hey, man! I thought about this today. I'm shocked that Shador didn't get moved. He's got to be working his way out of there, and I don't think it's a bad option for Miami. Not at all.
I said that today. That
Send
would
one
have
to
been a
third.
nice, maybe send Tua to Cleveland. That would have been a nice unload. Well, Alan, I'm talking about pay Cleveland to take him. How about that?
Dante Moore. Mhm.
Yeah, because they don't already have a quarterback with a nasty contract on their roster. Oh, wait a second, they do.
Maybe
I
we
paid
should
the
trade-
contract.
maybe we should trade quarterback with nasty contract for quarterback with nasty contract. I don't know.
Hey, at least we'll have an upside.
4 years later, the tour for Deshaun Watson trade.
No,
Cleveland is not. Cleveland is not interested in Tua. I know that. for a fact.
He would die there.
Yeah,
Sancho
Who
with the
is?
fiver. Sancho the fiver says, I just want to say when all you guys are on, the show is great. When even one is missing, it's not the same. Love this live. I appreciate that, Sanch. Some love for me.
I know,
Not
right?
always, but
I missed
appreciate
you, Doug. They just tag team me all day, all night.
That's the only reason.
Omar was talking reckless without you.
Omar was defending his back, getting chairs smashed on his head.
It was a handicap match. Oh man, Ian with the fiver says, normally I dread daddy coming home to spank us, but hopefully, God, I had to read that. Hopefully, it will make Ross realize he has to go scorched earth, coach and quarterback on this offseason.
He's right. A truly embarrassing loss.
I think it's going to be like the Panthers game, the Buffalo Panthers game. I think it's going to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll put up a fight. Y'all stop. We'll put
Big
up a fight.
big factor to consider. The letdown factor.
Hmm?
Buffalo just beat
What do you
Kansas
mean?
City. Buffalo just
What do-
beat Kansas City. If you're a believer in the letdown factor, you're going from that game, which means a hell of a lot to the Bills, to playing the Dolphins, who are 2-7.
What if Tua has a historic game against Buffalo on Sunday?
6 picks?
5 touchdowns, runs one
you
in,
mean a positive historic. Okay.
350
believe in Tua.
yards.
We know, Omar. We know.
Then, Doug, would you be mad considering you want them to
No,
lose?
I'm indifferent at this point.
Is there
I know-
anything that could change your tune and get you back on our side, Doug? Why you gonna scoff at me?
Hold on. We need to break down who is this R side? Who else with you, Omar?
No, oh no, I'm done. It needs
back
we
to
need it
dirt.
new.
Done.
I'm done. Scorched earth.
God,
It's the
no.
only way things are going to change, and the fact that like this, it's floating out there that McDaniel might be back is just pissing me off.
Don't believe any of that. They told you they weren't gonna fire anybody in it either.
I know. I kept telling people, Greer ain't making it to you. Yeah, he is. Look what they said.
Telling you, man, don't
Then he got fired.
Come
John
on,
C.
bro. Come
don't
on.
dismiss the possibility. Omar, you do know as well as I do that the national guy, when they do reports on like the inner workings of the Dolphins, obviously it comes from somewhere, and
You know where it comes from.
you exactly. And when all three of them are saying in the last
You
one,
know exactly where it comes from, and I don't buy it.
okay,
I don't buy it because that's what are you going to say to the players right now? You're gonna say
you don't need to say anything.
no. You need to say Mike is here to stay.
Correct. You
So
can
that they could
stop-
actually care what he says.
and you can stop it at that and not tack on to like want to say through next year. I am telling. And again, this is a guy he signed them to a contract extension when he had 2 years remaining on his
He
deal.
was a hot coach. He was McGenius back then.
He hasn't won a playoff game.
He
That's-
he was still McGenius. He
Well,
ran
he's-
the hottest
okay,
offense in the
okay,
NFL.
let's
He
move
was
on.
innovative and was going to change football.
I said what I said.
Anyway, John C. with the $25 donation, he said, do we get any potential compensatory picks if we lose Chubb, Minka, or Douglas at the end of the year? Probably not, as they won't sign big contracts. I'm tired of playing the comp pick game.
One, you're going to cut Chubb. You're going to trade Minka. Your Rasulas are going to be a free agent. Maybe you get a 7th round for. He's playing pretty well. I'm a little surprised that they traded him. I wouldn't be surprised if Rasul Douglas is out for the rest of the year with a broken toe. And
You got that
You know.
factor too now. All
Mhm.
right. I didn't get traded. I'm on a contract year. Man, I might need to dial this down.
Oh,
Like,
no,
am I really gonna go risk a season-ending injury and end my stock?
career-ending injury. Yes.
By the way,
so
like Omar pointed out, Chubb and Minka are under contract through next year and beyond in
Additional
Minka's
season.
case. So they will not get you a compensatory pick, even if they're not on the team next year. And with Douglas, it depends on the contract he signs, and also if the Dolphins lose more compensatory free agents than they sign.
I guess he could hope and pray that Weaver gets a head coaching job to try to get comp picks there, but we'll see. Flamingo Boot with the $5 says, which of these teams can bring 2 first-rounders? The Jets had talent. We have bargain bin players. Both of them suck. So does it really matter at the end of the day?
The Jets just unloaded a lot of their high salary guys. They paid
Nobody
money.
on the Dolphins would have fetched you 2 first-round picks. Nobody.
And now with 3 firsts, which I don't think they're going to use all 3 first, they'll probably move up probably for a quarterback this year, and then next year probably for Smith,
The
the
Jets
receiver.
move up from what, 1?
no,
Doug,
Doug,
they have
the
2
three
next
first
year.
are in 27.
Correct. They have 2 next year, 3 and 27.
There it is. They'll probably move up in 27 to get Smith, the wide receiver.
They might get Mendoza. I think they're gonna get their number 1 overall pick.
I think they go for the strong arm quarterback as well. I think.
Yeah, I think
You
they
becoming
go
an
ahead
arm
and get.
clone, Omar?
Huh?
Are you becoming an arm clone?
The food
Touche,
family
well
with the
played.
20 said, with all the doom and gloom that's inevitable, what are at least two positives going into 2026 season? Side note, if we bring back Flipper and the tank from the late 60s, maybe it would bring good luck. I agree with that aspect. Positives in 2026? New
Positive.
GM.
Patrick Paul.
World of a difference.
Yeah, Patrick Paul.
Patrick
Positive
Paul.
in 2026. I think
H-Chan.
all these rookies that you are seeing struggle now might actually play better. Let's hope.
Growth.
Growth.
Very, very nice.
John C. with the tenor says playing quarterbacks, pays quarterbacks.
Pat's QB. That's a typo. Pat's QB.
Oh, thank you. Should have lost the game to the Falcons last week. Falcons cut the kicker. Bucks will take care of the Pats this week. That was a close game last week against the Falcons.
And Omar, by the way, just since you're the passer rating king, he didn't have his best game. His passer rating was still over 100.
Okay.
Who was that?
Drake May.
Drake May.
Oh yeah, he had 3 touchdowns,
Yeah,
1
leads
interception.
the NFL passer rating, Omar.
Yeah,
Touchdowns.
2 more games of that, and he breaks the NFL record all time. I think he just passed Mahomes with most consecutive games over 100 passer rating.
Ian with the fiver says, why it got to be May? If you redraft the class, May goes 1. Daniels, Caleb May maybe goes 2. You watch May versus the Bills, and the talent leaps off the TV. No denying that.
Thank you, Ian.
No denying that.
You
Eric.
right there, Omar?
Tickling my throat.
Getting all choked up here. Talking about quarterback.
He's like the Bengals. He's choking right now.
Oh,
Eric with the fiver said the Jets ripped off the Band-Aid today. The Dolphins added more Neosporin.
well done. Well done.
Oh, man. Ian with the tatter says, Omar, when we've been losing for 25 years, tanking isn't going to change the culture. Get a true elite quarterback and a good coach will. I don't know if there's an elite in this class. You got to start taking swings. Omar, that's I've been following Omar on Twitter for almost a decade now, and that man has consistently said keep drafting a quarterback until you get one. So I agree 1,000% with that one.
I would have taken Shador at 5th. I would have. Yeah, at that point, no harm in doing it. But
Should have.
They want to avoid the Shador drama, which you've seen play out in Cleveland.
Yeah, we would have been beating the table for him right now.
Oh God, he would have been starting already.
Yeah. Hey, we might be in playoff contention.
That's something we're going to deal with next year, because if Tua is still here, which again seems more likely, they better have a real competition. That's one way you could change the culture.
Still won't.
Nope, they don't believe it in it.
I've come to the realization 2027.
They don't believe in it.
2027, we'll see another quarterback, Doug.
John C. with another tenor says, problem for Tank for Tua was they won too many games. They didn't take Tua number 1 overall. I remember the Bengals sitting the Red Rifle so they could have pick 1. Go ahead, Alan.
The Red Rifle played the last 5 games of the regular season, so that's revisionist history. And it's not Dolphins, by the way, did try to get Joe Burrow, offered 3 number 1s, and the Bengals said no. We're good.
Should have been.
They said no, we're good.
Yep.
That man still can't stay healthy.
Problem.
If 2020 was done all over again, Herbert probably goes 1 to Cincy. But then again, Herbert.
Knowing what you know now, you're talking about?
Mm-hmm. But then Herbert has to deal with that offensive line. And I don't know if he survives as much as Burrow.
Hey, somebody showed the stat where Flacco's been sacked significantly less than Burrow has.
And he has a better, I think he's a better
he's
rating
number 2.
And stuff.
The Bengals are number 2 in the league for most sacks allowed, and guess who's number 1? Herbert and the Chargers.
Chargers, yeah.
Oh God, and they lost both their tackles.
And they slid in a late trade.
I am shocked. They slid in a late trade.
They did.
Offensive tackle / guard
Who?
from the Saints.
Former first-round pick Trevor Penning, who actually has got demoted because he sucks. So
At the last minute, they slid that in.
By the way, guys, do you know who worked out for them today? They had a tryout for offensive linemen.
Isaiah Wynn.
No, Eric Flowers. Remember Eric Flowers?
What?
Hasn't played in the NFL since 2021 at a trial. Do you remember the name?
Y'all the story when Eric Flowers tried to fight me?
Oh, pray tell.
Really?
Y'all never heard that one?
No.
Jesus. You gotta be nicer to people, Omar.
Yeah.
Alan, get this man in check. You gotta be in his right pocket.
Nah, he needs security.
He was a UM prospect. It was his pro day. It was after his pro day. I had written something about him that upset him. I didn't even know him. I see him in a flea market at a jewelry store where the people who make the UM chain, the
183rd
turnover chain. I forget what their AJ's jewelry. This man like confronts me, like
wow,
wants to beat my ass, and I'm like, this is before he's even playing for the Jets. I think I said something about him he's not a tackle, he's a guard, and that like upset him, set him off, and. I don't even remember if he remembered me from. I think he did because I think he knew who I was. So, but
grown man, grown man.
No, but he was something that was a little off with him, which is
now he's coming back after you.
Right, he gonna pull back up now.
You thought you were done with that guy. Huh? You thought you were done with that guy.
If the man is off, you don't stay there. The man is off. Oh man. Sandra with the fiver says Ross is the culture. Ross is the problem. Pass the torch. When will that happen?
Who? Ross passed the torch of what?
The team.
When he dies.
Oh, so he's taking it. He's taking it
to the grave, unless they force his hand.
Is there a board, or is it him?
No, it's him.
It's his 31 other owners.
So they can force the hand. Gotcha.
Because
you would have to do something pretty extreme.
There's multiple years. Yeah, there's multiple years of depositions and before we get to trial. So
it was the Panthers, right? That the owner said he felt like he was running a prison. Was it the Panthers?
Jerry Richardson. I believe it was, yes.
And then they forced him out too.
I don't think they're going to force Ross out.
No, because he's not a bad owner. He does what he needs to win. It's just he's just making the wrong decisions.
Yeah, but you can't compromise the competitive integrity of the NFL.
Agreed. RC with the $2 donation said, your thoughts on the future head coach 2026. I got a list of 9. I keep bringing up the one, Darren Rizzi. I would love that.
That's never going to happen. But I love Darren. I love Rizzi.
I love Rizzi too.
Nobody with the fiver says Tua and McDaniel are like yin and yang at this point. Have to get rid of both at the same time. I don't know, man. They've been squabbling a little bit.
They have not been squabbling.
Yeah,
they are both in this thing together, and I can promise you, Tua does not want to have to learn a new offense.
And that's what McDaniel needs to do to have a last chance at saving himself. Distance yourself now.
Mm-hmm.
No, you distance yourself now. You don't get another head coaching job ever again. You got to resurrect Tua and get him back to the point where he's in the top 15.
So you're
never. I don't think you can.
What
the funny thing is, though, here, let me real quick. We'll talk about stats real quick. Outside of his interceptions, which are horrible, he's like 10 in passing yards, 6th in touchdowns. His completion percentage is like 14th, but
it's 14.
That's mid. That's mid. Wonderful.
The both of you down here jumping down my throat when Omar literally said get him back up to 14. That's what I'm telling you. That's who he is, and he sucks. Can you let me finish what I'm going to say before you judgy bastards start talking?
I was just laughing, bro. I was just laughing, bro. I was just laughing.
Wow.
Oh, we're gonna clip that.
Sorry, dog.
The both of you with your faces and you're laughing down there. And I was about to say there is no change in him because I think the hip injury is starting to get worse, and his mechanics are out the window. I think he's only going to get worse. But you don't let me
What do
finish.
you mean his mechanics are out the window? His mechanics, there's nothing wrong with his mechanics.
His throws are bad.
Because
They
he
are
can't
not.
step into his throws. He cannot step into his throws.
But it's not like it was. His offensive line being bad isn't a new thing, and he was making better throws.
It
I
was
think
never-
it's the hip.
Anyway, I'm not gonna make it.
Listen. When it comes to Tua Tagovailoa at this point, it's not about his stats. It's not about whether he can stay healthy. It's not about any of that anymore. We officially have a quarterback, and it's starting to show up on film, that has to make business decisions in key moments. You can't have that. You can't have that. You will always be limited. He is making business decisions in key moments, and he's been told to, but you can't have that. That is a massive limitation, and it's showing up now.
How about the massive limitation is the fact that he's got 2 offensive weapons, 2 offensive linemen, and a bad defense.
Like Drake May did last year?
What did May do? Anything special last year? I don't think so.
His numbers weren't great, TD.
I'm not talking about the numbers, what we saw from him. That's why he got that opportunity. That's why he kept getting it. That's why he got the opportunity.
Flash 3-4 more times like he played against Atlanta. Y'all know.
Sure
Y'all
will.
know.
Sure will.
Y'all
I
know.
know it. I know it.
That's the problem. We already know.
We already know who he is. We know what we're going to get. We know against, depending on the opponent, why we're going to get it. We already know.
The Saints.
The problem with Tua, there is no mystery. What is he going to do today? There is no real mystery anymore. You can almost call your games now. Play a great team, go ahead and pick the over on picks. Play a bad team, go ahead, give them some love on no picks. So however you want to slice it. We know
good game against
it's going to be the good team one day, and I'm gonna rub it in all y'all faces.
No, he does that. he beats good teams every once in a while. It's just not consistency.
When's the last time?
The man has to be consistent. Anyway, Eric with the fiver said, "Why bring back McDaniel? He'll be on the hot seat again while in the beginning of a rebuild. Better not draft a quarterback if he stays. Browns 2.0." John C. with another tenor says 32 head coaching jobs in the NFL. Only coach that turns us down as another option. Easy to look good coaching after this.
Hold on. What jobs are going to be open? Let's see.
Titans.
Probably
Browns.
The Giants. Maybe the Browns.
Raiders.
I like my No. I like Miami's chances with that.
It is, and that's what they have. They have.
If
It's
Pittsburgh
Miami.
Nosedives, then maybe Pittsburgh, but I don't think they're going to nosedive. I think they're going to be trending up.
They're going to win the division or make the playoffs. They always do, and then they'll get smacked around the first round.
Ian says with the tour, says job is attractive if you pick your quarterback and your coach. Talk about the GM spot, which Flamingo Boot with the fiver says, will the Finns get comp picks if Chubb? No. They're under contract, so they'd have to be cut.
So Douglas, Matthew Judon, who else is contract that expiring? And Judon's not going to sign for anything. That's
Brooks, right?
No, Brooks has got one more year.
Yeah,
him and Aaron Rodgers, him and Aaron Brewer, Aaron Brewer.
He was the 3-year guy. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. NFL ref fan. How dare you be an NFL ref fan? With the $2 donation said, extend to it now before his value rises.
There's a thought.
That was either very funny or very delusional.
Oh man. Evan Stones with the Ted Assist Today show. We're going to keep Kelly as the GM and McDaniels as the coach with Tua McDaniel. So you got me to say his name wrong. Only added one day 2 pick. This job isn't attractive to any GM. They will wait another year and roll the dice.
Nah, GM jobs are attractive.
Not when you dictated your coach and your quarterback.
You know what?
You're a good enough candidate that you can wait a year if you're in a good situation.
Let me push back on that, Alan.
Push back.
I think it's still attractive for a general manager because all that does is buy you a minimum of 2 years to get started without somebody
Or
criticizing
to
you.
build a foundation.
Yeah, like if you come in and this team sucks and whatever you're doing early with
Sometimes
McDaniel,
getting fired after 2 years now.
yeah, but in this situation, you already have what you call a quarterback and a coach on the hot seat. You got at least 2 years to fire them and say, all right, now I'm gonna do it my way. You got that built in situations like this.
And you got a patient owner. But
Yeah.
Uncle Ron with the tenor said, I chanted sell the team versus the Ravens. Some people clapped along, yet most looked at me as if I was an alien. Why do the Dolphin fans lack passion when fans of other franchise would be up in arms? They were up in arms. I just don't think they wanted to chant that. Why? I don't know. But no, yeah. They're wearing brown paper bags on their heads. Like they were.
That's typical.
The
chant sell the team, I promise you that would you gonna see fire and brimstone. You do that. Like do that at the Hard Rock Stadium.
Mm-hmm. John C with the $25 donation. He said Dante Moore IDM.
What does IDM mean, by the way? Nobody?
I don't know.
I don't matter. I don't know.
A lot of people
isn't Dante Moore short though?
Yes.
I thought he was 6'2".
Dante Moore, and he's athletic. That's the Oklahoma kid, right?
No, Oregon, I think.
Oh, the Oregon kid. Oregon kid played Mendoza, right? And lost Mendoza.
Mm.
Okay.
Of course, there's no heights.
Mark Gomez with the tenor says, get rid of them all. Been the stadium ever since we moved from Orange.
It's been the stadium ever since we moved from the Orange Bowl. We haven't won a Super Bowl. Yeah, okay. I'm mad. It is indeed built on Indian burial ground. So
didn't they bring in like shamans to like take the stuff out and like bless the grounds?
I don't know.
Apparently, they didn't do it enough. Edward with the tenor says,
Doug Dante was listed as 6'3", 206.
6'3".
Yeah.
Edward with the tenor says McDaniel has a complex offensive scheme. No other coach could call the plays, or the players couldn't learn another offense scheme that quick. Only reason McDaniel stays this year.
Not true. Not true.
Yeah, no. You can have Darrell Bevel be the head coach, or you can have.
And his offensive coaches have been with him for the last 3 years or 4 years. Actually, you don't think they could run the offense the rest of the year?
Gargant with the 2 said Jets with 8 top 50 picks over the next 3 seasons.
Okay. And when the Dolphins had a harem of draft picks, what happened in the end 4 to 5 years later? They couldn't afford to re-sign them all.
Yep.
And they didn't maximize the picks also.
Yeah.
I mean, but they couldn't even afford to sign the ones that they did maximize.
Yeah. John C with another tenor says, I'm worried about getting the first overall pick. We might get the pick in late and miss it. He also with another tenor said they sat him against us poop.
John, I hate to do this to you, my man. Looking right here. On Andy Dalton, 2019, Miami 38, Cincinnati 35 in overtime. Andy Dalton 33 for 56, 396 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks. No, he did not sit. Sorry, John.
Uncle Ron with the 5 says, I believe Ross would rather keep F1 and tennis at the stadium than win a playoff game. Do the players sense the country club atmosphere?
Everybody attack Ross. That's the kind of owner I want. I'm sorry. He's the type of owner I want. He's cutting checks.
King Henny been a member for 5 months. He says, I want a head coach that makes halftime adjustments. You know what's funny? I saw a clip of, I think it was Peyton Manning, and it was some other coaches talking about there are no halftime adjustments. He said, Peyton Manning literally said, we have enough time to go in, eat something, sit down, and then go back out. He was like, we don't make halftime adjustments. We just don't call the plays that they didn't call in the first half, which blew my mind. I thought they sit there and they're like, all right, we got to make these changes. He was like, no, they do it on the sideline. There's no halftime adjustments.
It's really with the coordinators calling their game better based off of what the other team was doing in the first half.
Number one Heat fan with the Fire says, how many teams bring another quarterback to challenge their current starters?
The good
teams.
ones. The good
Look
ones.
at Patrick Mahomes.
Or to prepare for to have a succession plan. Patrick Mahomes, what the Packers do all the time.
Packers, that's the Packers' MO. They've had 3 quarterbacks over the past, 30 years?
Packers.
The Eagles drafted Jalen Hurts and Carson Wentz.
Baltimore.
Dallas.
Seahawks.
Dallas. Romo to Dak.
No. Okay.
Yeah, Ravens.
I mean, it technically, yeah.
Flacco. Yep.
RJ with the $2 donation said, hashtag judgy bastards. I got to keep them in line somehow. That's the only way I could keep them in line. Uncle Ron with the tenor says, Tua not throwing a Hail Mary from the 50-yard line versus the Ravens, preferring to be sacked rather than have his noodle arm exposed on prime time, was the most pathetic act I've ever seen from a quarterback.
I would have to see the coach's film. I didn't pay attention to that play because I didn't care. Was anybody open? Was anybody? It could be a situation like
and a half. You have to check it, Omar.
It's a Hail Mary, Omar.
I know, but it could have been like the Seattle play where y'all are criticizing Skylar Thompson for just getting crushed when Jalen Waddle ran out of bounds, making himself ineligible.
Like,
everybody was down. Everybody was running down there, Omar. Everybody was getting ready, and he had time.
He did. John C. with the 20 says, IDM means I don't miss.
Thanks, John.
Okay.
The Dolphins do. Dolphin 02 at the tour says, why have the Finns been in a cycle of sucks since 04?
Yes.
Pick the right people.
The answer is yes.
I wrote a column in the Miami Herald.
Go check it out.
That reminds you of, remember, smartest guy that's been here since Jimmy Johnson, Poupard, is who?
Bill Parcells.
Alan Poupard.
How much did Bill Parcells absolutely botch it and fail here? Running off Jason Taylor, running off Zach Thomas.
So dumb.
Hold on. Zach Thomas got run off because he got a concussion in his 12th year in the NFL. He still played
for the Dallas Cowboys. You didn't have to run him off.
There was no sentimentality involved with him, nor was there with Jimmy Johnson, because one of the first things Jimmy Johnson did, first of all, was we don't talk about the past. Number two, there used to be an awards banquet that the Dolphins did, and Jimmy Johnson came in and he put the kibosh on that. So they were in the same mode. But go ahead.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. That's great. But Jake Long, the Chad Henne situation where you missed on Flacco.
Was Pat White under Parcells?
Pat White was drafted a year after Chad Henne, because Pat White was going to revolutionize football, become the next new Lamar Jackson.
Right.
Like, even the geniuses just absolutely whiff. The problem is you've been very unfortunate at the quarterback position, and you refuse as an organization. If you want to put the one consistent in there, you refuse as an organization to have QBs compete. Refuse.
I will make it simpler. Dolphins have made bad decision after bad decision after bad decision after bad decision after bad decision at quarterback. Whether it was Jamar Fletcher over Drew Brees, whether it was Dante Culpepper over Drew Brees, whether it was
Drew Brees.
There were other ones.
Aaron Rodgers. It's like
Ronnie Brown over Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. No B with the Fiver says, Oregon Duck fan here. Take a pass on Dante, less talented Kaepernick. Interesting. Number one Heat fan with the tenor says, the one time Tua had a decent offensive line, he was in the running for league MVP. Can we give the man an offensive line like the other quarterbacks have? That's going to start a whole conversation.
Yeah, but his last line is completely incorrect when he says like all the other QBs have. That is flat out not true.
Like I said, no excuses. Saints with the tenor says someone should have a Twitter cut with Tua saying, "Show me the money" after each of his interceptions, followed by Omar's question about interceptions and bunches and Tua's response. Damn.
Oh, that's wow. Bunches.
John,
Wow.
John C. with the tenor
Like, wow.
said, "Just
Crazy.
testing
He's
you,
gonna be
You
Poop."
betrayed me.
Dolphin02 said Finn should have drafted Breeze and let Fiedler mentor him. We had multiple chances to get Drew Brees.
There's somebody in the organization who wanted Drew Brees, and another person with some sway decided no, he's too short, doesn't meet our standards. And the Dolphins wasn't bad enough. If it wasn't bad enough that they bypassed him, they took a zone cornerback when they were playing man to man. When they were playing man to man, and they already had two decent starters by the name of Sam Madison and Patrick.
It wasn't Buckley on the team too.
I don't think T-Buck was on. T-Buck came back, I think, a little bit later, I believe.
Nick with the tenor said, "Am I a bad dad for introducing my 2-year-old to this team? Generational trauma, fins up." I got a funny quick story, and then we're getting out of here. I think it was the day before Halloween. My daughter's sitting on the couch with me. She's 4, going to be 5 in December. And she looks at me and she goes, "Dad, I want to be a Dolphins and Mets fan." And if you ever seen Billy Madison, I grabbed that little girl's face. I said, "Never say that again." You stay here as long as you can. Anyway, go check out Omar Kelly at Miami Herald and Alan Poupart, Miami Dolphins on SI. TD Fins Talk on youtube.com/TD Fins Talk. John C. says Terrell Fletcher with the $2 donation. And you could check me out, youtube.com/Douglas Doran. We'll be back Friday, 6:30. Going to preview the Buffalo Bills game. How bad is it going to be? But other than that, we'll catch you on the next one.
Is that a Whiplash reference?
We're going to win.
All right, guys.
I say things at the end and then I hit the button. Bye.
All right.